It's go time. There's 2 laps of racing to go at Daytona.
And he got a good start. Now it's all about blocking. He's going to have to block these big ones. They're going to have to come from the 11 and the 48.
The only other car to get by the 88 tonight has been the 48. Now Denny Hamlin running second. Side by side for third. Kevin Harvick in the 4. Jimmy Johnson in the 48. This time by, they'll see the white flag. Dale Earnhardt Jr. back to the bottom of the racetrack to block. White flag in the air. One more time around Daytona.
The 11, watch the bottom. Here he comes.
They're side by side for second. 2-car length lead for Dale Earnhardt Jr. as they work their way through 1 and 2 and down the backstretch they go. Jr. blocking the lower line. Does that give the advantage to the 48? Jr. jumps up in front of Jimmy Johnson. To the bottom of the racetrack, Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to stay in front of the pack. They work their way through 3 and 4. Into the triangle they come. Dale Earnhardt Jr. to the bottom of the track. Jr. will win at Daytona. And the big one happens behind them.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Damn.
The 3 of Austin Dillon into the catch fence. All the crews getting out to that car to assist these drivers. Thumbs going up from all the crew members, and the crowd roars. Look at the catch fence on the front straight.
The car got cut in half.
Crew members pulling. Austin Dillon out. He's walking. The damage to the 4 of Kevin Harvick. What an incredible sight to see Austin Dillon walking away from that 3 car that is demolished.
Watch this replay. When he gets in the catch bench, the car comes to a complete stop. I've never seen a car stop that quickly.
And again, they're going upwards of 190 miles an hour through the tri-oval. You see where that car got up into the air and into the catch fence. And as you mentioned, it came to a stop right there.
You see the fence is pulled away, but the cabling, the horizontal cabling is still intact. They try to keep the car, any large pieces of the car, on the racing surface and out of the stands or the walkway area there.
There is the engine.
There's the engine.
And what an incredible sight to see the thumbs going up from the crew members that were checking on Austin, and then Austin Dillon to walk away from that accident. Safety crews continue to check on all of the drivers that were involved in this incident. Let's take another look. Dale Earnhardt Jr. crossing the start-finish line, winning the race, but then the accident takes place behind him.
Yeah, the 11 gets kind of stuck in the middle there and comes across the 4's bumper. As he does, he spins back in, gets the 3 airborne, and he just gets projected off the other cars right up into the fence.
He went from the bottom of the racetrack over 2 rows of cars and into that catch fence.
Here we go. You can see him on the bottom. Rex starts in front. He runs in the back of the 24. Gets up on the 11. Now he's on top of the 54.5. Now it's just along for the ride. Yeah, watch the car stop. Watch the car stop. It gets into those poles, and it goes from, I don't know what, 180, 190 miles an hour, I'm just guessing, to a complete stop. That is unbelievable.
And it looks like that's 30, 500 pounds. That stock car is extremely heavy. You see here, after he's upside down, the 2 is spinning. Obviously, he's already lost control, makes more contact with the 3.
11-4 to get together. Here we are at the start-finish line.
It just pushes the 3 up into the air enough that it rolls over the top of the car. And then that momentum just continues to move him into the catch fence. Let's ride along with Kevin Harvick.
Top's covered. Middle's open. Come on. We got a terrible wreck behind you. Just hold it straight, buddy. Hold it straight.
And you heard Kevin Harvick, as much as he wants to get to the start-finish line, as he sees the 11 start to spin, he's out of the gas. It's just line after line of car pushing everyone through there.
Take another look at this real time. According to track safety, they are attending to 3 fans in the grandstands. Some debris did get through that fence. One of the most amazing things I've seen tonight, and we've seen a lot of incredible things, but one of the most amazing things is when that crew pulled Austin Dillon out of the 3, and Austin Dillon is able to walk out of that accident, out of that crash, and then acknowledge the fans by waving to them. A lot of cars involved as they had crossed the start-finish line.
You saw those crew members running out to the car, to go check on him. I know NASCAR doesn't like that, but you have to appreciate the compassion those teams showed, trying to get out there to try to help them and get there as quickly as they could.
Well, that sign there, when those crew members put the thumbs up, and they knew, they were all looking around going, okay, I know we're not supposed to be out here, but that looks so incredible. Hang on, this will be a wild ride. That was Tony Stewart going underneath the 3. And here was the response from Austin Dillon after he got out, pulled the helmet off. The crowd was roaring at this point in time.
Yeah, this has to be the best sight of the night. This is the scary part of auto racing. You see a big accident, you see Austin Dillon get out. He's removing, what he's removing there is his head and neck restraint. It connects to his helmet to keep his helmet from overextending somewhere. A Hans device, that's another version of it. Another safety innovation really has been required in NASCAR for a few years now.
Almost overshadowed is the winner of this race. Dale Earnhardt Jr. once again in victory lane. We go to Marty.
And he has pulled into victory lane, and be a little bit of a muted victory lane celebration, but a celebration nonetheless. Dale Earnhardt Jr. back in victory lane in Daytona. And Junior, I know your first reaction was not as you applaud your crew. Your first reaction wasn't, hey, we won. Your first reaction is you were worried about Austin Dillon and everyone else.
Yeah, that scared the hell out of me, I'll be honest with you. I saw the whole thing happen. You're looking in the mirror the whole last lap, and I saw Danny get turned. I guess that's kind of how it started. And that was terrifying to watch. A wreck like that's got such a high potential for someone to get injured, and you saw the car get high and get into the fence, and you just worry about everybody else in the grandstands and all that stuff. You just don't want to see that happen. So, it was a touch and go there for several moments, and I'm so thankful. I'm more thankful that everybody's okay than to be standing here in victory lane, that's for sure.
Talk about the win for your race team, though. The car looked so dominant, especially on restarts. How key was that this evening?
Just great motors. Guys in the engine shop do such a good job, so I got to thank all those guys. My 88 boys, all the guys back at the shop, they put together such good cars. This car is the one we won Talladega with. It's going to get retired one of these days. Hopefully we get to keep using it. Hopefully the boss man doesn't put it in the barn yet. But I want to thank Nationwide, Diamond Mountain Dew, Kelly Blue Book, Chevrolet Sprint, and Microsoft, one of our new partners, for everything they do. I had a lot of fun tonight. You hate to see that kind of a wreck at the end. You don't want to see anybody be put in danger like that. So I'm just so thankful that all the drivers were okay and shook us up pretty good. I think, we got down there at the end of pit road and Jimmy come up to me and the first thing he said was, how wild was that and how scary was that? We weren't even, really shaking hands about the win or nothing. You hate to see that. So just so thankful that nobody's hurt. It's very close call there.
The vibration on that last run, how worried were you? Because drivers get, when you're leading like that and have a dominant car like that, it's easy to get worried.
When you're really running good, you start to hear all the noises and everything that the car probably is already making. You just don't really pay attention to them. We had a right rear tire going flat on the first run of the day. I was getting tight, air pressure coming out of the right rear, making the car tight. I didn't really have a vibration, but we were thinking we just needed to work on the balance of the car, but it was weird to be tight leading the race. So to find out that the right rear tire was going down, it was a bit of a blessing in disguise, so we didn't work on the balance of the car too much. Put tires on it and it started driving great. The 10 car hit the wall over there, and we drove through it under caution, the first car through it. And I had a vibration immediately after that restart and was real tight. So I thought, well, it feels just like that right rear tire going down again. So I just been ready for it, and I wanted to run the wall in case it did blow out. I wouldn't have far to go before I hit anything. But all those guys were getting racy, so we had to start protecting the bottom some. Apparently it was just adrenaline, but the car was a little bit tight on the balance side and leading. It just shouldn't be that way. So that was an abnormal thing. But still very fast. Had to block a lot, but had to pick my lanes and get pushes from the guys that were coming. And did what I had to do, race everybody real hard. You got to run real hard and defend every single position, whether it's a teammate or anybody, your best friends out there. You got to run them all real hard to win these things here.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. certainly happy to be in victory lane, but more importantly, just happy that all the drivers on the track were fine in that big accident.
Yeah, and the crew that were standing behind Dale here in victory lane, they were the first ones to Austin Dillon because they were right there in that first pit stall. As we look at Austin Dillon's number 3, the tow truck is going to take whatever is left of that car back to the garage. We look at the grandstands. Again, the safety personnel attending to, we've heard 3 fans in the grandstands. Look at the catch fence and what is left of it. The steel cables going through, making sure that, trying to keep as much of that car inside the racing area as they could on the track. There's the end of the race once again.
Just an unbelievable impact. We talk about how softballs and the impact there, but the catch fencing, as it gives, and it needs to give to a point, it kind of grabs and just stops almost instantaneously.
And an explosion when that car hits that fence. You could hear it, you could almost feel it. There's Tony Stewart. The car will go right over the top of Tony.
Just never seen a car stop at that rate. I mean, going from that fast to essentially zero. So, and that's what scared me, to be quite honest with you, when I saw it, how quickly he stopped. Because just like we talked about angle of impacts on walls, when a car stops that quickly, the driver's got to be feeling that. There's got a lot of be going on inside that race car, and it honestly scared me. Thought about, his dad, his mom, Mike Dillon, his granddad, his grandmother. I mean, that's the first thing that was going through my mind.
The reinforced catch fences